All right, hey everybody, this is Chad Jordan from Sport Clips Marketing Department, and this is another edition of our Hall of Fame podcast. This is a special edition, and you're going to find out why here in a second. But I am in lovely Vienna, Parkersburg area of West Virginia, I believe it's called. And first, why don't I have my guest go ahead and introduce, why don't you introduce your full name, why don't you say your full name, your store number, and you have 5 kids. I want to hear their names one more time, so do that for me, please.
My name's Shannon Villers. I'm from store WV201. My children's names is Thomas, Daniel, Lucas, and Elena, and Michael.
So 4 boys and 1 spoiled rotten girl. That's what she's got on her hands, right? So, the reason we're here with Shannon today, and by the way, if you see us on YouTube, hello, you can tell we're recording this in the equipment room, and fortunately the team leader, Ryan and Amanda Donovan are the team leaders. Amanda Donovan was gracious enough to go buy a broom, because this store did not have a broom, so that we could record in the equipment room without the vacuum going off the whole time. This store is slamming. This is a President Circle store within the first 3+ years. They are crazy busy. They've been busy all morning, but we wanted to capture Shannon's story because it's super special. We really had nowhere else to go, so we found the space in this equipment room. It's kind of cozy. This is how we started off doing the podcast back in the day, by the way. I'd go to the stores and we'd grab managers, whoever, and we'd talk in the equipment room. But we're back at it. Very special occasion today. What's it, August 29th is when we're recording this. And so you might have seen on Facebook, we did a Facebook Live video, and I put it on Instagram as well. But today is the day that we presented the Harley-Davidson to the winning stylist from the American Crew contest that we held back in June. Shannon Villers won the Harley. It's a custom-made bike. If you haven't seen the video, I highly recommend that you go watch the video that we did of the Harley presentation. The VFW guys from the VFW came. The Harley-Davidson GM brought the bike to us, explained exactly what kind. It's the sweetest. It's all black, jet black. It is the sweetest looking motorcycle I've ever seen in my life. And Shannon won that. A Sport Clips stylist won that. Team member won that just from selling American Crew products. So we wanted to have her on the podcast today, kind of to get a little bit of her story. Certainly the story about winning the Harley, but also her story on how she came to Sport Clips. I don't know what it's like being a stylist and juggling 5 kiddos and ages, what did you say, 2 to 14 or something like that? So she's got teenagers. Is a 2-year-old still in diapers?
Yes.
So she's still changing diapers and putting up with teenagers. So if any guys believe in the power of prayer, please pray for this woman because she can do. I mean, I've got 2 teenage girls, so and then an 11-year-old. But that's 3 for me, 5 for you, and all you mamas out there are just so amazing. So we want to get to your story. Let's talk about the American Crew contest first of all, the Help a Hero. From your perspective, how did you hear about the contest? Had you participated in previous years of some of the different Help a Hero monthly contest, stuff like that? What's your perspective? Give me a rundown on what you've done in the past.
I found out through there was a article of it in the Cosmoprof.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
the drawing for the Harley, and I've always liked motorcycles. I've always liked Harley. I love their backdrop story. Big with history. So when I seen that they were raffling off for that, basically, I was like, well, I'd really like to have that. So
now you're not one of these people. I mean, I'm always forgive me. I'm always a skeptic who's like, a raffle. Yeah, right. I mean, really, one person. First of all, it's going to be rigged. And then secondly, is anyone really going to win it? And what are my chances of winning it? So did that any of that stuff ever enter your mind?
It did enter my mind. Honestly, I never thought that my name would have gotten picked. It's like winning the lottery. You have 1 in a million chance of it happening. And I know that I didn't have the most amount of entries.
The maximum amount, yeah.
That could have been placed in, but I put my faith in the good Lord above, and
And it worked
very
out.
thankful and humble.
It really is. I mean, today's been so special. But when you're doing it, what are that month? I think you and I, if I remember right, we were talking earlier this morning. You said you were a little more motivated, more than normal, to sell American Crew product that month. So what was your, I don't know, shtick, or what were you telling clients? Hey, I have a chance to win a Harley if you buy. How did that work out for you?
So most of my clients that usually set my chair are motorcycle riders. A lot
Really?
of them are.
Okay.
So when I would talk about the contest, we have such great customers that come into this store. Like if you tell them that you're doing a contest, or you're raising money for our military men and women, they will help you.
Yeah.
And that's just the beauty of being here in Parkersburg. We have such compassionate people that care about others but themselves.
And what we got to do is get a picture of you on your Harley and have it at your station, so when those clients come back and they can see that they helped you get that. That's pretty cool. So you enter. I think you got 6 of the maximum. There was 10 maximum, I think, entries. I think you qualified for 6. Are you counting down? Are you even paying attention to when the raffle drawing is going to be? Is it kind of an afterthought? I mean, had you forgotten about it because it wasn't until what, July or
July 19th.
Okay, July.
I was
19th.
under, like, when I misread the article and I thought it was the 15th. And kept asking our manager and our team leader, hey, if there's any information. And of course, I just assumed somebody else won. And then Crystal played back the recording. I didn't know it was a recording. I thought that it was live. But.
So what you're describing, for those that hadn't seen it, is she got secretly filmed. It was a random drawing, but I think the drawing happened at whatever the date was, so that we could notify the team leader which stylist had won, and then we announced it on July 19th, and we did a Facebook Live video from a Harley-Davidson garage. Sporty was there. It was a really fun day, but you were cutting a client's hair. Right? Who was it? Was it a normal? Was it a regular client?
No, it wasn't a regular.
So it was a first-time client, kind of, or?
He was more of like, he didn't care if you cut his hair.
Okay.
He didn't have it.
All right. So it wasn't one of your old faithfuls that you had to cut, but you were clocked in. You weren't gonna just pay attention to the video, so you were doing that. Meanwhile, was it Crystal, your manager? So
Yes.
shout out to Crystal, a manager of WV201, who has been here since the store opened 3.5 years ago. She's a Sport Clips OG. So do you even see her kind of getting her camera out? Or are you just focused on cutting the hair? What's going on?
I was just focusing on my haircut.
Good answer. Every stylist, team member out there, exactly. That's a great answer. Okay.
When I start doing something, I give it my all, regardless of what's going on around me. So I honestly didn't even pay attention to her in general. She had me listening, not watching.
Right.
So it was shock.
Yeah, so again, if you haven't seen the video, Shannon is in disbelief, as is the client. I think the client says something like, I wonder if this is a practical joke or something like that. And you're like, I hope it's not. So, but yeah, you kind of lost your mind. It was an incredible moment to get captured while you're cutting someone's hair. So you find out you win. We saw your reaction as you tell people. Can you kind of give me some? What were their experiences once they found out you won?
A lot of them were just shocked. Like, eyes got real big, mouth dropped open.
Your boyfriend rides motorcycles?
Yes.
Okay. Does he have a Harley?
No.
Okay. Well, he does now, kind of, right? So, I wonder. I don't know. I wonder if two could fit on that one. Because you're getting your license.
Yes.
Were you already planning on doing that anyways?
Yes.
Okay. So you were so confident that you had a chance to win this sucker that you kind of envisioned yourself on a Harley. You're getting your license. So now leading up to today, now obviously I just got here this morning. What have you guys been prepping for this moment? What's been going on behind the scenes for today to happen?
Well, we've just a lot of teasing.
Uh-huh.
A lot of great support within my team here. I honestly have to give a good bit of it to them, because if it didn't have the support system behind me, I wouldn't have been able to excel.
And we so today, again, if you didn't see the video, go back and watch it. We obviously know that Shannon, you won the Harley lottery. I mean, you participated in the contest, so you put yourself in that lottery. But you do have a great team around you. So we Sport Clips coordinated with American Crew and Harley-Davidson, and we actually got swag bags for everybody on Shannon's team, and made sure that they got mugs, pins, emblems. There might have been some t-shirts in the bags. I can't even remember all the things that they got, because we wanted them to at least feel like your win was a win for them as well, because we know that they were a big part of all this happening. So today we get here. VFW is with us. We had 4 guys from the VFW show up. The two from that served in the Navy, 2 that served in the Army. The actual West Virginia, the head of the West Virginia VFW showed up for you today. So that was really special. The GM from the local Harley-Davidson dealership, he showed up with the bike. Now did you realize this was a custom-made bike?
No.
This is not just one you could go pick up in any Harley-Davidson showroom. So this was made especially with American Crew, Harley-Davidson, and Sport Clips. So that's why it's all jet black, and just some of the specifics about it. So he came, presented it. We had this humongous party, this great event, and you were kind of nervous this morning. What was the most nerve-wracking part of the whole kind of experience? The anticipation. What was it?
Well, for me, I'm not the one that likes to be put in the center of attention. I'm more of behind the scenes, kind of lurking. It's a different experience for me in general.
Yeah.
So that makes me nervous. I don't know how to explain it.
Had you? So what we didn't blindfold you. We put a hat over your head. You know, we walked you out there. Obviously, the Harley-Davidson wasn't going to fit into the store, so we all go out there and we show you. Now, when you see it for the first time, it's kind of a slicker, slender model, right? Is it what you were expecting, or were you kind of expecting one of the big old ones with the big old handlebars? Like what? How did it meet your expectations?
It actually far exceeded my expectations.
Cool.
The paint job is exactly what I would have preferred.
Nice.
I like black.
Yeah.
I like the fact it doesn't have any chrome on it, so you don't have to worry about any water splashes or it looking like crap. So I'm still stunned.
Yeah, we're capturing our literally. This is minutes after the party and the presentation that we've had. You said you have 4 sons and a 5-year-old girl. Which of your boys is going to be most impressed with this motorcycle when you bring it home?
My 8-year-old Luke.
Okay, is he into this kind of stuff, or?
He is very. He's kind of like me. Doesn't believe stuff until it actually happens.
Oh, okay.
So when he actually sees it in the driveway, it'll become real to him.
No, that's going to be fantastic, and who knows? Maybe one day they'll be riding it, and at least you can take them out for a spin. So you've been at this location how long?
It'll be 3 years in March. I've been here.
3 years, and you've been a stylist for how long?
I've been a stylist almost 10 years.
Okay. What made you get into cosmetology and all that?
Well, when I was in high school, I had a choice between auto mechanics, auto body, and cosmetology.
Okay.
Well, auto mechanics and auto body was already taken, so I guess cosmetology it was.
Yeah. Did you take to it like a duck to water, or you kind of you could take it or leave it?
I took to it like a duck in water.
So you jumped in with both feet and enjoyed it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I worked full service for a while.
Okay. Mostly women's hair, or
that was all right, but I came to realize that
What didn't you like? Was it the money, the fact that you couldn't make as much, or the time it took to do the hair, or the pickiness of the clientele?
All the above.
Okay.
All the above. With men, I think that there's a lot more creativity that can be done within the haircuts. They're obviously faster and easier to style, and men are a lot easier to please than women are.
Yeah, and they get their haircuts more frequently, right?
So it means more money.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's a perfect fit. And then, so you do you bounce around from full service salon, or had you been at kind of one for a while before you figured out to get into men's hair? What
So I worked at Master Cuts for several years, and then I left.
Is that a men? Is that a women? Is that what is that?
That's a Regis Corporation.
Okay.
Salon. Within, usually you find them in malls.
Okay.
And then I went from there to working in a private salon in my hometown, and just was not a good experience.
Well, yeah, it wasn't a good fit.
No,
yeah.
It wasn't a good fit for me.
So how'd you find out about sport clothes?
Well, I went to an interview for Sport Clips up in Washington, Pennsylvania, and I really liked the aspect, the atmosphere.
That is, by the way, I believe the Logan Trophy winning store is in Washington, Pennsylvania. So, Jeff Crummey's store. So, okay, you went to interview at that location,
and the manager at the time said that she felt that it wasn't a right fit for me. At
How
that point
was it a commute? Would it have been a commute for you? How close was it?
It would have been about a half-hour, 45-minute drive.
All right.
So I was like, okay. So then I continued to do women's hair for a while, and then my boyfriend is originally from the Marietta area, so we had come down here to get a whole new fresh start. And I started looking around for jobs, seeing that there's Sport Clips here, and they were hiring, and coming and filled out an application.
And you'd already been through the process, kind of. Had you done a technical interview? Had you cut hair at the Washington one and shown them what you could do? Okay, so you were pretty comfortable then.
Yes.
Having already been interviewed once, and you come here. Now, was Amanda, the team leader, involved in your interview at all, or was it all Crystal?
Yeah, it was all Crystal and Stacy.
And Stacy, the assistant manager. Okay. It hired you on the spot, or did you have to toss and turn and wait for them to call? How did that work out?
Maybe sweat it out a little bit.
Okay.
But that's quite all right. I mean, I had a couple other interviews, but I knew this was the place ultimately that I wanted to work at. The amount of love that's in this store is amazing compared to other places that I've worked. When you get a bunch of females in the same area, a lot of them tend to get very catty, and it's not like that here.
Yeah.
We actually treat each other as family. We spend more time with each other here than we do at home with our
that's cool.
family. So.
What kind of team events do you guys do, or if you guys go out and about, what are some fun things that this store might do?
I've not been on any
Okay,
of the...
it's all the fun you have is within these four walls, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. No, about the cattiness part, I'm laughing because I coach both my 15-year-old and my 13-year-old daughter's soccer teams, and so there's so much drama from one week to the next, and the people that are fighting this week are best friends next week, and they're now turned on others, and they're fighting within it. So I'm always amazed when there's a really functioning family-like atmosphere in like a Sport Clips, because you're like, how I wish we could bottle that up and give it to my teenage girls. But what are you gonna most remember about this entire experience, besides the Harley sitting in your garage driveway?
Just the whole experience of the amount of love and support behind people that, you fight and you argue and you have your disagreements, but when it comes down to it, we're family.
Yeah. You got each other's backs.
Exactly.
Yeah. So are you keeping an eye on the Help a Hero calendar to see what other things are available to win the coming months and the rest of the year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always looking.
Yeah, I think, and I'm just throwing this out there, you can win more than once. There's no, it's not like you exceeded your lifetime possibilities. So if I were you, it sounds like you got to hit those clients up next time there's a contest, and see if you have the picture to prove that there is a winner. So I might be coming back. Let's put it this way: I might be coming back. I had teased everybody that why couldn't you have been located in Hawaii or like a destination like that? But I love West Virginia, so I appreciate getting a chance to come out here and spend time with you guys. It's been amazing. So I wanted to have you on here because we need it for those watching on YouTube. We wanted to see an actual winner and hear from someone that's won. We've done a podcast with back at Huddle with 4 or 5 team members and managers that have won different contests, but to actually be present when one's given away, and it's just really special. So I wanted to capture you today because the others were recorded after the fact. This is live today. You got it. It's the Harley-Davidson's right out front, and it's been such a special morning. So thank you very much for being on, and any final words that you have for maybe others kind of dipping their toe in the water on whether they should do these contests?
Don't ever give up. Shoot for the stars. Keep your nose up in the air, and just thank the good Lord for what you got.
Yep, and keep plugging away at every little thing you do, every product you sell. I mean, we're raising money for Help a Hero, the scholarship foundation for veterans that are transitioning to civilian workforce and want to get a higher education. So everything that you've done has helped raise money for them, and that's
I
amazing.
didn't know that at the time, and that's really exciting for me.
It's so incredible, and for American Crew and Revlon to partner with Harley and Sport Clips to do this, golly, it's just what a company to be a part of. So thank you, Shannon. Congratulations to you. And thanks to all our listeners. I can't promise we'll have a Harley-Davidson winning stylist on the next episode of Sport Clips Hall of Fame podcast, but you never know. But tune in next week. We'll have another great edition for you. Thanks, everyone. All right. You did great. You should have a microphone in front of you more often.